Hello and welcome to the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Jenny and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Virginia. That's strivescan.com/Virginia. I'd now like to turn it over to our first school, Auburn University.
All right, thanks, Jenny. War Eagle guys, my name's Clayton Ann Short, and I'm the admissions advisor for Auburn University. Auburn is a large land grant institution, research institution as well, located in Southeast Alabama. So we're about 30 minutes from the Georgia border, about an hour and a half from Atlanta. We are a college town, so the big thing in Auburn is the university itself. So if you're looking for a full collegiate experience, that is Auburn. So we are a large school, like I mentioned, over 30,000 students in total enrollment. Our undergraduate population does not go over 25,000 students. And then our freshman class typically falls around 5,000 students. We typically, again, don't like to go over 5,000 students each year. We like the size we are. We're not in a growth mode. We've gone over 5,000 once in Auburn history, and it was last year. We don't plan on doing that again. That was just a very strange year last year. We're typically about 55% in-state students, 45% out-of-state. Virginia is one of our top 10 feeder states. I believe you guys are number 7. I had about 85 freshmen from Virginia last year, and it just keeps growing. So we love to see that. We do cover all 50 states. Over 100 countries are represented on campus. So geographically, you guys are coming from all over, which is great. So like I mentioned, large, but we do have a small town feel. You can get from one side of campus to the other in about 20 minutes or less. I said it's a full collegiate experience. So part of buying into an Auburn student is getting involved. We have over 550 student-ran organizations, and that's the big thing to do, is to plug into campus. The whole town's pretty much built for your age group, from restaurants to coffee shops to even clothing stores are all built for ages 18 to 24. Also buying into our traditions that we have, the Eagle flight before an Auburn kickoff. Anytime we win an Auburn football game, we take toilet paper and we go down to Toomer's Corner and roll Toomer. So any Auburn victory, football, basketball, baseball, equestrian meets, gymnastics meets, anything, we go down and roll. So like I said, getting involved in that full collegiate experience. So this year, we have 12 colleges and schools, over 150 majors, so a lot to choose from. We're ranked in every field of study, so no matter what you want to do, you can't go wrong. These are all really wonderful programs. I changed my major 4 times when I was at Auburn, so you're not locked in. So I don't want any students to ever stress out, because you can begin undecided through our exploratory program, where you learn about the different majors you have. You can also begin undecided within specific colleges and schools. So, for example, if you're interested in some form of pre-health, you can go undeclared science and math, and they'll help you find a major that will achieve your goals. So as a 18-year-old, you don't have to go in knowing what you want to do for the rest of your life. Part of that college experience is helping you guys kind of explore and see what you're interested in doing. Like I mentioned, we're ranked in every field of study, but we are well known for the College of Engineering, as well as any pre-health programs through College of Science and Mathematics, College of Agriculture, as well as the College of Business, are our larger colleges on campus. This is typically where our students fall academically. So we are heavy academic focused through admissions. So this is the middle 50% from last year. So 25% were above this range, 25% were below. So where the majority of our students fell. We don't have a minimum requirement to receive admissions. It is also based on the applicant pool each year. So I always like to show this to incoming freshmen so that you guys have a good idea of what the applicant pool and what type of students we typically receive. This year, We had two routes to apply, so traditional as well as test optional for juniors, because we're kind of getting into that place where we're looking at students for 2023. I have a feeling we won't be test optional in the future, so I highly encourage you guys to prepare to take the ACT, SAT if you have not already. But you can find our application on Common App or on our website. We need your high school transcript, and typically we need test scores sent officially through the testing agency. This year, we just need the application and transcript if you apply test optional. These are our dates and deadlines for this year. So our students who are applying for fall of 2022, you can see we have 3 rounds of early action, and then you can see the dates that you'll receive your decision. So December 1st is our final round of early action, so that's coming up. So if you're planning on having any scholarship opportunities from Auburn, you do have to apply by December 1st. All of our students will have their final decisions in early March because of our regular decision deadline of February 1st. So again, if you want any scholarship consideration from Auburn, you have to apply by December 1st. You can see our non-resident tuition and fees listed there. These are general tuition and fees. There can be some additional fees with certain majors, so depending on what you want to do. So I always highly recommend checking out our cost calculator on our website to get a more personalized number with what you're going to be working with. And then if you want to see all the scholarship opportunities that we have, because we do have a ton, you can select this little link QR code here and see our freshman scholarships as well as general and departmental scholarships that we have. And then of course, this is my contact information. So I'm your advisor. I'm here to make the process as easy and as stress-free as possible as it can be. So feel free to reach out to me, and I'll also put this information in the chat as well. But I hope you'll have a good rest of your afternoon.
Thank you so much. And a reminder to all of our participants, you can use that Q&A function to ask questions of our schools here at any time. Up next, we have Arizona State University.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. My name is Sarah. I'm the Mid-Atlantic Recruitment Coordinator for Arizona State University. So I am based just down in Southeastern Virginia. So I'm your point of contact throughout the entire enrollment application process. So I always like starting off each presentation with some of our accolades that we're pretty proud of, kind of give you a good idea of who we are as an institution. So for the past 7 years now, we have been ranked #1 in the US for innovation. So what that means to me is that we're constantly trying new things. We're constantly adding new degree programs, new campuses, new scholarship opportunities. We're rethinking admission and just trying to mold ourselves into what our current students are needing and wanting out of their college experience. We're also top 10 in the US for first-year experience as well as undergraduate education. So what that should tell you is that students are coming to ASU, getting the academic support they need for their first year, the social support, loving their experience, and then returning to finish out their degree with us. We are spread across the Metro Phoenix area. And we have 4 campus locations, which I'll dig into each of them a little bit more specifically in the next slide. But Phoenix is a very fun town to have your college experience. It's actually the 5th largest city in the country, which I did not know prior to working for ASU, but it is a huge metropolitan area. Great thing about being in Arizona is the weather. It's about 75 degrees on average throughout the year. Also just a really great location for arts and culture, outdoor recreation, pretty good sports town. So there's a lot going on in the Phoenix area as well. So as I had mentioned, we are spread across 4 campuses in the Phoenix area. So your major will dictate the campus that you study at. Each of the campuses are self-sustaining, so they have everything that you need, residence halls, athletic center, dining, all the classes for your major, financial services, academic services. So you never have to leave your home-based campus if you don't want to. However, being an ASU student, you have access to anything and everything at any campus location. So I will briefly go into each of these. First, we have the downtown Phoenix campus, which is right smack downtown Phoenix. About 12,000 students are at this campus, so still a pretty good student population there. And popular degree programs would be our School of Journalism, really anything in the health sciences, and then criminal justice is popular at downtown as well. Next up, we will talk about the Polytechnic campus. The Polytechnic campus, I think of as more hands-on, more innovative. It's where you can really take something, break it apart, examine it, and put it back together. So engineering is really popular at Polytechnic. This is also where our professional flight program is held for any future pilots or aviation students. In the bottom right, we have the West Campus, which is our smallest of the four. This is modeled after more of a liberal arts model. So a lot of interdisciplinary majors are here. There's less than 5,000 students, so it's a more intimate, quiet campus community, but still having all the benefits of a tier 1 research university. So forensic science is a popular major at the West Campus, as well as our Thunderbird School of Global Management. Last but not least is probably the campus that you think of when you think of ASU, and that is the Tempe campus. This is our largest by far. It has over 52,000 students. Majority of our degree programs are held at Tempe, and it's got kind of more of a college town feel. So popular programs at Tempe would be really anything in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. So psychology, chemistry, biology, languages. Engineering is popular at Tempe, in addition to business, performing arts, and education. So some majors are offered at multiple campus locations. That's where you can kind of customize your experience at ASU and pick whichever one feels the best for what you're looking for. So how do you become a STEM Devil? So let's talk about admission. These are the steps to apply as an out-of-state student. We have a very simple application process. We do not look at letters of rec. We don't look at essays. We don't need resumes or any supplemental materials. We're really only looking at your academic history. So we are on the Common App, Coalition app, and our own ASU application, and we are rolling for admission as well. And we are test optional. We've actually always been test optional for admission. This is not new, so this will be sticking around for us for many years to come. We have a policy called assured admission at the university. So if you're meeting these admission criteria that you see on the screen, you're guaranteed to be admitted into the university. So the first three you see here are what we call aptitude requirements. That would either be a GPA, a test score, or a class rank. So if you're meeting one of those top three and have completed these 16 courses by the time you graduate high school, you're guaranteed to be admitted into the university. So super transparent, super clear cut. That is something I really like about our admission process, is that you should be able to look at this list and get a good idea of what your chances are of being admitted. All this being said, there are a few degree programs at the university that have slightly higher criteria, things like nursing, engineering, our Bachelor's of Science in Business programs. But these are the criteria to get into ASU. So if you're meeting these, congratulations, you will be a Sun Devil. As far as scholarships go, we review all admitted students for a merit scholarship automatically. These are 4-year renewable awards based off of your unweighted GPA from high school. Test score, if you have one. We are test optional for scholarships as well, but we can factor that into the equation, and then the classes that you've taken. We also have a scholarship portal for any additional ASU scholarships that you might be wanting to apply for. Again, that's my contact information, so please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about ASU, and go Devils.
Thank you very much. Up next, we have San Diego State University.
Hi guys, my name is Adriana Ramirez. I am the admissions counselor from San Diego State University. So just jump into it. We are also located on the West Coast in beautiful sunny California. San Diego itself is the second largest city in California, and campus itself is very centrally located. We are considered to be an urban location. However, we're not located directly in the city. But what's great about our campus is everything surrounding it, and there's always something to do. So campus, we are a big school. We have over 34,000 students total, and San Diego State University is a part of the California State University system. We are one of 23 CSU schools within the state of California. So campus, we are about 10-15 minutes away from your nearest beach, 15-minute trolley ride away from downtown, 10 to 15 minutes away from the nearest hiking trail, as well 10-15 minutes away from the airport too. Now, San Diego has nearly perfect weather. On average, we have about 360 days of sunshine. So you can literally leave all of your winter clothes home and come enjoy the warm sunshine here at San Diego State. Now, some ways we are making an impact nationwide. As I mentioned, we are a big school. We have over 34,000 students total. That being said, the average student to teacher ratio is 25:1. We are top 35 nationwide for our ethnic diversity on campus. We are also ranked in Forbes Americas for best value colleges. We're #1 in California and #5 in the nation for the number of students that we have sent studying abroad over the last 3 years. And of course, we have over 200 academic degree choices to choose from. And we are #8 on Cosmopolitan's list for most beautiful campuses. So as I mentioned, we love promoting student success. I did mention our rankings for study abroad. We have over 600 different programs. We go to about 50 different countries. Majority of your majors do require to study abroad as well, and you can study abroad more than once. We are an undergraduate research institution, so that does create a lot of hands-on learning opportunities, as well as internship opportunities for students. And we have our career services department. This is, in my opinion, one of the best resources you can utilize here at SDSU. They do everything from interview, building workshops, resume workshops, internship fairs, job fairs. They are basically here to connect you with your dream career. Now, these are the majors that we offer. We have over 90 undergraduate majors to choose from. We are an impacted university. What that means is year over year, we do receive more applications than seats available. So there isn't going to be an easier major to apply to increase your chances. So truly apply to the major you would like to pursue. If you have no idea what you would like to major in at the time of applying, you can apply as undeclared major. You're not looked at any differently, and that does not hurt your application. Majors that are popular or that we are known for: nursing, #1 most competitive major. It is a direct entry. Business, engineering, journalism, communication, psychology, criminal justice, biology, and chemistry. Now, some important admission dates. We are not a part of the Common App. We are a California State University school and have our own application on the calstate.edu apply website. It is always open from October 1st through November 30th. And you do want to make sure you set up your web portal by December. That is how we will notify you of your admission decision as well. Now, for freshman admission for this year for seniors, we are test blind. We will not require or consider the SAT or ACT as a part of the admission criteria. Now, for any freshmen, sophomores, or juniors listening in today, we have yet to decide if we will continue with that. So of course, for the most up-to-date information, you can reach out to me or take a look on our website. Now, for the freshman admission criteria, we look at what we call your A through G course sequence. These are the subjects you see here listed on the slide. They all should look very familiar to you. We will only calculate your GPA by only considering your 10th, 11th, and 12th year grades. We look at your freshman year as a transitional year. We will weight your GPA up to 8 semesters. So we will award you extra honors points onto your GPA if you've taken any AP, dual enrollment, IB, or honors courses. You do want to maintain your overall GPA throughout your senior year. If you are admitted, we will ask for that report card. And all of this is self-reported. We do not ask for your official transcript when we review your application. So please make sure you have a copy of your transcript out when you are completing your application for SDSU. Now, we do not look at any essays, resumes, personal statements, or recommendation letters. It really is that GPA, your A through G course subject. So please make sure you do report as accurate as possible. Now, transitioning over to student life, we have tons of things to do here at San Diego State University. We have over 350 student organizations to be a part of, 46 different fraternities and sororities, both academic and social, our associated student government body, our Aztec Mentor Program, where you are teamed up with an SDSU alumni in your career field that you would like to pursue, and they are your mentor for the last 2 years while you're at SDSU. Our Arts Alive program, our Mission Bay Aquatic Center, our Aztec Recreation Center, and Aquaplex. There is no additional cost for students who live on campus. And also a fun fact is we have a bowling alley on campus for our students. So transitioning over to housing, all of our non-local freshmen who graduate outside of the local area, you are required to live on campus for the first 2 years, and you do have guaranteed housing. So whether you're coming from Virginia or Los Angeles or San Francisco, you are required to live on campus for the first 2 years. And all of that is all wrapped in as well with our affordable and convenient meal plans within the cost of attendance too. And with our students living on campus, it just does create a strong support network for you.
And then last but not least, our sports. We love our sports here at San Diego State University. We are NCAA Division I in the Mountain West Conference. And another benefit when you are a student is you get to attend all of the regular home season games for free. So that is it for me. And I will turn it over to Jenny, our facilitator.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And a reminder to our participants, you can use that Q&A function to ask questions of our schools here during their presentations. Up next, we have UC Berkeley.
All right, thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate it. Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well and staying safe. My name is Jua Howard. I am an assistant director in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions at UC Berkeley, and I do manage the Mid-Atlantic territory. So I'm your point of contact, and I will leave you with my email address before we wrap up today. So I'm going to jump into what makes Berkeley a great place and why you may want to consider us as your home in the upcoming years. UC Berkeley, we are a four-year public institution, and we are part of the overall University of California system, which consists of 9 different undergraduate campuses throughout the state of California. We are the flagship campus, so it did start with Berkeley, but I always encourage you to research all 9 of us. You never know which one would be a better fit. And we do share the UC application when it's time to apply. And one of the best things about Berkeley is our location. We are in Northern California, about 20 minutes outside of San Francisco. You can see the skyline from our campus. We're also about 10 minutes to Oakland. However, we're 45 minutes to Silicon Valley. For those weekend trips, we're not far from Napa Valley in the Lake Tahoe region. So you're very centrally located when it comes to resources, not only for entertainment purposes, but internship opportunities, job opportunities. The Bay Area has a lot to offer you. And Berkeley itself is a really cool up-tempo college town. So it's a really nice mix of pace for you as a student. Now, what makes Berkeley one of the best schools in the world are students. We have over 30,000 undergraduate students. We have over 11,000 graduate level students. That's representing all 50 states, US territories, and about 100 different countries. So we're a very global community. And we're really much invested in diversity outside of just even ethnic breakdown, but also where are you coming from? What types of schools? 74% freshmen come from public schools this year. First generation college students, Pell Grant eligible. So differences in socioeconomic backgrounds. And we're striving to do better at this every single year because it adds to the richness of the experience on our campus. Academic programs are plentiful. We have over 150 undergraduate majors and minors split between 5 colleges and 1 school. Letters and Science is our largest college. That is where about 75% of our students are located. You have everything from your arts and humanity majors, biological sciences, physical sciences and mathematics, your social sciences, and also interdisciplinary study majors. However, we also have a College of Chemistry, one of the only in the nation. Small college, we've added about 16 elements to the periodic table, so that is one of our strong suits. College of Engineering is our most competitive program to be admitted to. It's one of the best in the US. College of Environmental Design, this is where you have like architecture, urban planning and design. Natural resources, if you're thinking something in environmental sciences or maybe health sciences. And finally, the Haas School of Business, second oldest business school in the United States, excellent reputation. So you have a lot to explore. That guide.berkeley.edu is our online academic guide where you can further explore all of our different programs. Research is also heavy at Berkeley. We are a Research One institution, a lot of different programs, and you don't have to be a STEM focused major, be an English major and do research on our campus. One great example is URAP. This is a program where you guys can work with faculty and staff researchers on a broad range of research projects, and you can apply for this as early as your freshman year. But you also have Seed Scholars, which is a 4-year program in 4 STEM-focused majors. We do have study abroad programs in well over 100 different programs in over 40 countries. So you have a lot of ways to be involved even off campus. And then our student population is very engaged, very active. We have, as you see, over 1,200 student groups and organizations. There is so much to do, not to mention Greek life is a part of the experience if that's of interest to you. And we're also Division I, part of the Pac-12 conference for the athletic part of UC Berkeley, Cal. We have our varsity teams, we have club sports, and we have intramural sports. So again, you have a lot of ways to be engaged on our campus. In addition, we are very much part of, Berkeley has a very long-standing tradition of activism, having a voice in what's taking place in the world, but there's so many ways that you can do it. You may be part of our student government group, which is one of the largest and only independent groups in the nation. You may be involved in British Multicultural Center, which is student-led, student-run, very mentorship-based. You may want to do our Cal in the Capitol and be in Washington, D.C. for a semester and work on Capitol Hill or have an internship in one of the Smithsonians. But because of our commitment to service, we are still the #1 producer of volunteers for the Peace Corps, number 2 in the nation for Teach for America, in addition to being one of the best universities in the world for producing entrepreneurs. And then 65% of our students are graduating without debt, which we're very proud of as a public school. We offer need-based financial support and merit-based aid. And we're one of the best schools for upward mobility. 80% of our students are graduating, going into grad school and or into a job opportunity. So the UC Berkeley brand goes a long way. Some key things to know about our admissions process. I'm gonna just highlight a couple of things. First, we practice a holistic admissions review. So we're looking at everything in your application in totality to make an informed decision. And it's based in context of where you go to school and are you maximizing the resources available to you at your school, your local community, and even at home. Our testing policy is test-free. Basically, we do not consider the SAT or ACT in our process at all, but we do consider AP exams, IB exams, and or subject exams. Those are still on the table, but this policy will be in place actually through 2024. So that's something to note. Again, our application, use the application, shared amongst all 9 campuses, strictly online, all self-reported information. So you don't need to send us transcripts or test score reports up front. You're going to tell us everything that we need to know. And you do pay an application fee per campus if you apply to more than one. All right, quick tidbit, our application is live now. You can apply until November 30th. We will notify you at the latter part of March of a decision, and you have until May 1st to tell us yes or no. That is it for me. I will leave some links in my email information in the chat for you all. Thank you so much for your time and be safe.
Thank you very much. Up next, we have the University of Colorado Boulder.
All right, thank you so much, Jenny, for being able to facilitate here. We will launch on forward, starting my timer. It's so great to have everybody here. Thank you for spending a Sunday afternoon with us. I'm Jennifer, and I represent the University of Colorado Boulder, which is about 30 minutes north of Denver. So if you happen to be traveling to the Colorado area, you're a pretty short distance away from the airport. And we also have some easy transportation options if you're trying to get in and around. So just to kind of start you off with a high-level overview of the institution, if you're not familiar, the screen right in the middle there, you have our beautiful campus, really distinctive architecture. So the central part of that screen where you see all of the red roofs is going to be our campus, and then the gorgeous backdrop of what we call the Flatirons, which is also known as the Front Range of the Rocky Mountains. So a gorgeous place to call yourself home for a few years. I call it home now permanently. So also a great place. We're very well known for some of our entrepreneurship, specifically with women in business, kind of ranked high in the nation in terms of what those outcomes have been over the last several years, but also been rated the #1 college town for several years. And I think that one of the best parts of being able to commit an education to an area like ours is you're not just being able to take in all of the beautiful landscape that you see nearby, but there's so many other recreational opportunities. It's a beautiful town. There's a lot to do, not just within the town of Boulder. It's kind of a small city, large town, but you also have access to a lot of other really beautiful locations in the state of Colorado. Size-wise, we are the largest school in the state, about 35,000 total people, but 80% of our classes hold less than 50 students, and 50% of our classes actually hold less than 25 students. So despite having a larger campus size, you're still going to be able to have some of those intimate experiences in the classroom where you do get to know your professor. Certainly not out of the realm of possibility in your first year to have a larger classroom, but we'll absolutely start to see those numbers begin to drop as you progress throughout your education. To put into a little bit more context, one of the most popular questions that I have been seeing from students, particularly from your area of the world, from Virginia, is wanting to know what else is nearby. Can I walk to it? Can I bike to it? Can I hike to it? And how can I kind of get myself around the area? So I think that this picture was the exact same picture I showed you in the last slide, but just gives you a little bit more information about what we have nearby. So all the things that I just mentioned, hiking, yes, that's within walking distance of the campus. Most popular hike is up to Royal Arch. So that's going to be a quick 10-minute walk from campus. And then depending on how good you are, it could take you 2 hours to hike, it could take you 4 hours, but it's just a beautiful place to go. And then in the wintertime, you've got your skiing and snowboarding. You can hike in the wintertime as well, but all of these things we either have free transportation to, or it's within a walking or biking distance. So very accessible to be able to get around. Beyond just recreation, there's a lot more to the campus. Of course, a lot of students from across the nation and across the world consider CU Boulder because of its top ranked programs. As the slide is showing, we are one of the top 25 colleges for students who want to change the world. So this is, yes, in the classroom, what you're trying to do, but so much more than that. Some of the things that you're trying to do once you graduate, your commitment to your community. These are the different things that you can study. And there's, of course, a lot that I could go into detail about, but you're looking at over 120 different majors. Our College of Arts and Sciences by far being the largest, about 40 to 45% of our incoming first-year students enter into the College of Arts and Sciences. Our most selective programs, so yes, it is going to be just a little bit more selective to be accepted into these particular majors if you happen to apply to them. And that includes the College of Engineering and Applied Science and also the Leeds School of Business. So both of those two areas are going to be somewhere around a 40 to 45% acceptance rate. However, if you are not considered as those as your first choice, you will automatically default into what's called our program and exploratory studies, which we consider to be more of an undecided major. So regardless of what you're thinking about studying, we always encourage you to put that on your application as your first choice, because there's always the opportunity to just generally be accepted to the university and then reapply into your top choice major later on if you're interested. A bit more about sort of the residential environment. We have 12 different residential academic programs. So those are things where you are not just in a major and traveling to a classroom to take courses. Some of the courses you're taking may in fact be taught in the residence hall in which you're living. We try to really bring some of that residential piece and combine it with what you're learning in the classroom. So some unique opportunities there. Briefly want to go over, if you are interested in applying, since our deadline is just about a week away tomorrow, November 15 is early action. We do accept the common application, and to keep in mind, we do accept the common application essay, but we also have our 2 short answer questions that you'll want to take a little bit of time, only 250 words, but does tend to be one of those additional things that maybe another school is not requiring you to do. Test score wise, we are test optional indefinitely, meaning that we are now test optional for the foreseeable future. We anticipate, at least for the next 10 years, not requiring students to submit SAT or ACT scores. We are test blind as far as your scholarship consideration goes. So no need to send in your test scores just to be considered for scholarships. You'll actually not even have them be a part of your application process for scholarships. And with that, we've got, I believe, one more presenter to go.
Thank you so much. And there's still time. If you have any questions, please use that Q&A function on your screen. Last but not least, we have Sacred Heart University.
Hi there, thank you, and welcome all the Virginia students. Happy Sunday to you. My name's Kim Perrette. I'm with Sacred Heart University. We're a private Catholic university, and jumping back over to the East Coast, we are in Fairfield, Connecticut. And if you aren't aware, Fairfield is actually about an hour and 20 minutes outside of New York City. So we're also about 2.5 hours from Boston. So you get this beautiful suburban campus, but also close proximities to some great large cities. So here are just a few facts about us. We were founded in '63, the first Catholic university founded by lay people, which is why we're called the Go Pioneers. We are a top 10 university for community service. Our students really have a heart for service and like to give back to the community. We also are a top 10 university for happiest students. So hopefully you'll be able to visit campus and see that for yourself. We are the second largest Catholic university in New England behind Boston College, and we are definitely in a growth mode. We now have an undergrad enrollment of 6,000 with a total enrollment, including our grad students, of 9,000. So we have quite a few colleges of study, 5 to be exact. We have Arts and Sciences, College of Education, College of Business and Technology. We have our Davis and Henley College of Nursing and a College of Healthcare Professions. Our nursing program is probably what we're most known for. It is direct entry program, top in Connecticut and in New England for sure. We have over 80 majors, minors, a still deciding option for students as well. A lot of master's and doctorate programs that you can be pre-admitted to and then go right into your grad program from undergrad. We have 2 campuses abroad. They are in Ireland and Luxembourg, and Ireland is more of our healthcare campus and Luxembourg is more business related. We also have 30 other countries that we work with for study abroad. Our average class size is about 21 students. I want to talk just a second about the College of Healthcare Professions. These are the undergrad majors in that college, but these are all the graduate programs, the master's degrees. Athletic training is very popular, physician's assistant, and then our doctorate in physical therapy. As a freshman coming in, you can actually be pre-admitted into those master's and doctorate programs. So one of the most important things at Sacred Heart, of course, besides studying, is getting involved. And we have so many opportunities for students, clubs and organizations. We do have a fraternity and sorority life. Also, athletics is really big at Sacred Heart. We are a D1 school and a smaller D1, so I think that's very attractive for students. We have over 33 D1 teams and over 35 club level teams. We also have a lot of intramurals going on campus. There's always some kind of athletic activity going on campus. We also have a large area in performing arts, a lot of band and orchestra programs, choral groups. I'd say we have about 10 dance groups, also some competitive dance as well, and a theater program. You don't have to major in theater to be involved if you just want to do that for fun on the side. We have a great campus ministry program. We are a Catholic university. We do help out in the community and do different mission trips as well. And we just opened our new diversity and inclusion center. So we really are striving to have way more diversity on our campus. And that's been going really well so far. So living at Sacred Heart, we do have some amazing residence halls. We've built 5 new ones in the last 2 years, and we've got 2 more being constructed now. We have different styles. There's the regular traditional style residence halls. We have suite style, pod style, and even apartments on campus. So students can live all 4 years on campus if they want to. It's kind of nice because Fairfield is a small community, so it's very convenient to live on campus all 4 years. We do have some virtual tours on our website and also on YouTube. Unfortunately, you can't visit the dorms right now just because of COVID, but hopefully that will change in the near future. This is just a couple of shots of our West Campus. This is our newer campus, and it's about 5 years old now, but this is the former headquarters of General Electric, who we have a great relationship with. So those 2 buildings, those larger buildings there, are where our College of Business and College of Education are. Very high-tech classrooms and a lot of great space for our students. These are our application deadlines, and we do never change these, so they're pretty much the same every year, whether you're a junior or senior. And we do take the common application. And so it's pretty easy to apply. We need your transcript, 1 letter of recommendation, an interview, and that would be with myself if you're from Virginia. We are test optional, have been for quite some time. Our average GPA for non-nursing students is around a 3.6, and average for nursing students is around a 3.9, and those are weighted. And for student financial assistance, we do give everyone a merit scholarship. Doesn't matter when you apply, based on GPA. There are performing arts grants, community service grants, and we do have institutional aid for students who fill out the FAFSA and the CSS profile. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you to all of our institutions here today for letting our participants know more about your schools. They all sound fantastic. We have some time for some Q&A, so I'll go ahead and get that on the screen here. So our first question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So you can share your little nuggets of wisdom with our participants joining us today. We'll go in the same order and start with Auburn.
Yeah, I love this question. I typically utilize the same advice every time. I'm a very organized person in my life, and I always want you guys to have, as students, all the opportunities you can. So I always say to get a calendar right before you start your application process and all the schools you're looking at, to make sure you put all of those dates and deadlines on that calendar. Usually color coordinating is a great option, just to make sure that you're still able to have that school as an option, even though you may not have your decision yet, so that you don't miss scholarship opportunities because you missed a deadline and then that school's just out for you financially later. So make sure you meet those dates and deadlines and keep your options open.
All right, so for me, I always like to stress the importance of financial fit when you're choosing a college or a university. This is something that you should start talking about and thinking out really early on in the process. And I like to have very transparent conversations on financial fit. So just determine what's going to be reasonable. Different schools are going to have different funding options, so really explore those thoroughly as well. And then hopefully that'll start to narrow down your list a little bit too.
I think typically what I try to stress to you all is to really take some time and have some honest conversations with yourself. That's when what I mean about looking in the mirror moments. You need to really take some time, separate sometimes parents, friends, and everyone, and really ask yourself. You may have to write a list of pros and cons or whatever, but really have an honest conversation about what are those things that you value in the college experience. And it may come with time as you do more of these kinds of programs, talk to admission reps like all of us, talk to your counselors. Then you'll be able to, I think, have a better understanding kind of what this process is and what it may look like for you. So be very honest with yourself. So take the time to have those good, again, honest conversations with yourself, and be kind to yourself through this process. It is a lot to take in. It can be confusing, even for us. So in that conversation, also be kind with yourself. Give yourself a little grace to understand you're not going to know it all. It is a process.
I'm going to piggyback off of my Auburn colleagues' recommendation in terms of organization, but in this way, looking at how you manage your email, we most frequently see students telling us, I either didn't get that email or I didn't see that email. And we understand it's because you are being bombarded by likely hundreds of us, because we have somehow in some way captured your information and we are marketing to you. We are wanting you to be interested in us as an institution. So I would suggest, if you know for sure you're not applying to one of those schools, go ahead and scroll down to the bottom, hit that unsubscribe button. That is maybe 10 less emails that you're going to have to scroll through. And then once you've started narrowing down your list after you've been admitted, let's say to all of your first choice schools, which would be fantastic, go ahead and notify the institutions where you're no longer planning to attend. You'll no longer receive emails from them, so that you can truly start to filter through the actual emails that you need, because we can all stress here. That is one of our primary modes of communication, is email, and you don't want to miss an important scholarship notification or something that maybe your family members should be paying attention to. And it's our goal to give you the right information at the right time, but we don't want to overwhelm you either.
Yeah, that was great. And as Jennifer said, we are marketing to you, but we are not salespeople. You know, we're counselors and we want to help you. Maybe our college is not the right one for you, but we can still answer your questions and help you make some decisions. And not only us, but your high school counselors, be sure and use them. It's their job as well to help you. So check in with your guidance or college counselors as well.
Absolutely. That's all fantastic advice. And to Jennifer's point with the email, something I hear a lot is also to have a professional sounding email. So you don't want to use your Taylor Swift Lover 2021 email. Maybe have something slightly more professional, especially as you're applying to schools and scholarships as well. So just to add on that email note, that also helps you have a dedicated email as well if you create a new one. So that's my little add on to that. That will conclude our time here today. Thank you so much to all of our institutions for joining us and sharing more about your wonderful schools. And thank you, participants, for joining us as well. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. So we'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And we encourage you to check back to the schedule to sign up for more sessions that are happening right after this one. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Virginia. That's strivescan.com/Virginia. Thank you so much. Have a great day.